This, but tomorrow it's been 1 year since we moved here to Golden, Kansas. Those days I still question God why. But I've been amazed at what God has been doing in our church. Especially if I look out in the congregation and see some of the new faces that we've been blessed with in the last several months. In addition to those who have been a part of Gold Community Bible Church since its beginning. I think it was back in April, I had come into the office, and it was on a Wednesday afternoon. It was the Christian Women's Fellowship was meeting. Marjorie said she needed to talk to me. And so I said, okay, whenever you're ready, I'll be in my office. So it's okay. She didn't wait more than 2 minutes. She was already in my office just when I sat down. She told me about a gentleman that she met while visiting with Jean over in the long-term care. And she was sharing some of the I guess I would say, burdens that he had. And she asked me, she said, if I give him your name, would it be okay? And I said, absolutely. So I gave Marjorie my card and told her to, when she sees this gentleman again, to give him my card. Well, just a couple of days later, I actually went to the nursing home, or to the long-term care, and she gave me the gentleman's name, and I went to visit with Florence, and of course Richard was still alive at the time, and also visited with Jean. On my way out, the Holy Spirit was beginning to minister to me and says, remember Bill. So I walked, I knew where he worked at. I still trying to familiarize myself with the location of everything in the long-term care in the hospital. And I went to the maintenance, where the maintenance room was at. I asked one of the staff, and they showed me where to go. I met Bill. I saw about 3 or 4 men in there. It was actually 3 men, and I said, is there a Bill Bright? And I saw this guy who was much, much taller than me. And I said, Marjorie, what did you get me into? I introduced myself to Bill. I said, I know Marjorie probably mentioned my name to you, but I just wanted you to know if there's anything that I can do for you, do not hesitate to call. And I gave him my card. And he talked with me just a little briefly, and he said, I've got to work this weekend. He said, but the following weekend, I'm going to be in church. I've had some conversations with Bill over the last several months. But what a blessing it has been to watch both Bill and Bonnie. To watch them grow the way that they have. Bill asked if it was okay for him to give his testimony. And without a second thought, I said, absolutely. I've been very encouraged by that man sitting right there, as he strongly testifies of how God has actually worked in his life in a tremendous, mighty way. So I'm going to ask Bill Bright, if he will, to come forward to share a brief word that God has placed upon his heart. Let's give him a Gold Community Bible Church welcome.
It has taken me a lot to come up here and do this. Normally I wouldn't get up in front of everybody and talk. It's one thing that God has touched me with, and the past couple of years has been real rough on me. I can't really say what's been going on, but I've had a lot of tragedy in my life, and I was just letting it eat away at me and didn't know what to do. And that's when I met Chris, and Chris has pointed me toward God, and ever since then I've been praying, and been coming to church, and God has been working very strongly in my life, and I feel real touched and real happy right now in my life. And if you would have asked me this a couple months ago, I would have said that I'm not a very happy person. But God has really helped me out with my struggles and everything in life, and I want to thank God and thank Chris for helping me. And thank all of you for being here for me too.
Amen. Amen.